Hello Aquarius, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let me see, what am I going to start with? Okay, as always, I am going to start with saying thank you. Thank you to everybody who has given me a thumbs up, comments, shares, and or likes, and also donations have been coming through, so thank you so much for those as well. I just want to also say these messages are general, remind everybody, so they may or may not resonate with you. So if they don't, then check out one of your other signs, or if some of it doesn't, check out what your other signs are saying, because it may give you a more comprehensive overview of what is going on for you and give you a little bit more understanding. So, but don't totally chuck it right out though on saying that, because if that's the case, because it could be more of a forecast for you, so something that's coming up in the near future. So and the way you'll be able to pull it together. Let me see. The other thing is, so check out what your other signs are saying, so because this is for Aquarius, and Aquarius may be in your chart, could be, of course it's in your chart in some way. I just had a little wee moment then. So it could be in your sun, moon, it could be your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign in your chart. So if, like I say, if you don't know what your other signs are, check in the description box below. There is a link to a website that has a free calculator in it, and it will work it out for you. And then you can check out what is coming up for you, or what is not so much coming up for you, but well, it could be if you want to order one of those reports, but just give you an idea of the other star signs that you're connected with, and it gives you a little bit of a rundown of what they are about as well. So anyway, I'm going to be using the Starman Tarot this week as well, and the Crystal Spirits deck as well. I think that's all I'm going with. Yeah, I'll see where the angels, if they want to come in, but I know they're talking like right now, as well as the energy of Capricorn, so we shall see where we are going. Energy of Capricorn. I say Capricorn because the King of Pentacles is the first card out. So I'm looking at that. And so, of course, I know that I'm working with you now, Aquarius. So there may be someone who is a Capricorn that's in your life with this, because this card has come out and I've accidentally said that. And it's like, somebody who has a lot of stability financially, or is moving towards that sort of energy of becoming more stable. So them, and it's setting, so there may be someone that's like, that is there now, and it may be like a role model sort of energy for you. But you may also have Capricorn in your star chart, in your chart too, Aquarius. So there may be that aspect, because I'm just hearing that it may be that aspect about you, about stepping into that space. Like he's a leader. He takes on that leadership role as far as leading as a role model to create what he does, like with a prosperity and abundance and that sort of thing. But, generally around material things, financial security and that sort of thing. So there may be some of you that are needing to like step into that space to get some take note of and draw in on his energy to help lift you, to give you that that little bit of inspiration and that get up and go. Or there may be somebody that is around you that you could do that. So find somebody that has those sorts of qualities, so you can learn from. So there may be some short, because they're just showing me some short courses and things like that, or short online courses that kind of like people, because they're just showing me like Kerwin Ray, for instance, and there's another one, Duncan something or other. And there's a few others, some female ones as well, and they have these short mini courses about, and it's just enough, because some of you may be at this funny little place about where to now, whether it's a business situation or a money making situation, or as in a business, it could be that you're going into a project, or you have a project that's maybe like slowing down, or you may be going into it and not quite sure about your capabilities and that. So I do feel like he'll help you to draw out that wisdom and that knowledge. But also I feel like some of you may be not wanting to put in the hard work, or not necessarily hard work, because this person does do that. The King of Pentacles is that. He's a hard worker, and but also clever, smart as well. So it's like, so learning from him, whoever he is, but so bringing that side of you out, because I feel like, we all have that capability, but not always do we utilize it, or we trust in it, or we have faith in ourselves to bring that part out. So the the King of Pentacles is your anchor card, or the card that's saying that, go for it sort of energy, and you know, that sort of energy. It's like power sort of energy. Okay, go for it. So and then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is interesting that follows up, because the Seven of Pentacles is about, really about, where's my notes here on something else? I've forgotten where I was at. Like bringing things together. So it talks about, I carefully bring things to life. So they're talking about Pentacles. Obviously there's something that's on your mind, like it's like financially. It may, like I say, it may be something that you've started, and it's you've got to this funny little space where you need to like expand a bit, or you've just not so much not working out, but it's like you've come to just a space where you need to maybe looking at the growth side of things and not sure how to do it, or there's a space or for some of you there is something that there's a block that's come up, and somebody may have said something to you, so that it comes back to the self-doubt or that sort of thing. But this is going back into like, what is it that you want to do? What was your purpose in starting this, starting this up, this process? It could be that you're studying and you're going and something's come up and you maybe have a little bit of a glitch. So, in towards making whatever your career is. So it's like, this is about being patient as well as diligent, and patience, diligence, commitment are the three words, and that they're bringing out there. So then we have the Queen of Cups, because there may be something to do with your emotions. There could be an element of a female energy that's in your life that may be a little bit emotionally connected to you. And what I'm hearing is like, for this, the Queen of Cups, it could be a mother figure that's there, that you may have gone into business with, or a mother figure that may be interfering or saying something like and it's maybe making you think, or what her thoughts or their thoughts are maybe making you wonder about the choice that you've made. So, but I do feel, because these two here first that have come up, it's like, if that is the case for you, then they're letting you know not to let that overcome you or overwhelm you. This is reminding yourself about where you are with it, and taking control of your emotions as well. Like knowing that figuring out what those emotions are about, in the sense. So this is about you being in that sense of not allowing your emotions to run away with you. So to make any impulsive, decisions about anything. So if you haven't got all the information, if something doesn't feel right, and you don't feel like letting it go or giving up or something like that, and of whatever it is that's going on, it's like, check in with your emotions, because it may be that it is just emotions, and you're picking up on somebody else's feelings and emotions as well. And that sort of thing. So it's like, you're not your mother, or you're not your mother-in-law. You are you, and you're working on a project, and there's that sort of energy. So this is about skipping into your emotions and feeling and thinking, understanding what that is about. This is also, she's like the Queen of Cups also comes in like with, because she is a Cups as well, is like not just her emotions, but her intuition and her creativity. So there's a lot there. There's a lot going, there's a lot going on there, but there's not a lot going on there. Don't let it overwhelm you. That's what they mean like that. There's only a lot going on there if you let it. Okay, that's where they're going with the emotions. So it could be feeling that. So the Cups is also about our emotional, working through our emotions and relationships with others as well, and ourselves. So this with this energy coming out, it's really, in a way, a little bit of a test, you could say, a growth spurt that you're moving through. Sometimes it can be a little bit challenging, growth spurts like this, but this too will pass. So learn from it. But they're just like, this is about going with your intuition and not allowing your emotions to fully, in a dysfunctional way, overrun you. If it's like doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. But also, because there's a bit going on there, it's like maybe just making sure that you're not making an impulsive decision, basically, if that's where you are with it. Because I'm seeing that I'm being drawn to that there symbol there is, it's going back to the heart space as well. Beautiful. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So that talks to me about, there's something that going on in your head, not letting that restrict you, stepping outside of those boundaries and having a look around. It could be, from whatever's going on in this part, if it's the mother figure for you, that's there, that may be saying, but for some of you, it may be the mother figure that's like encouraging you to. So it may be that, with this energy, like I say, is like helping you to move that. But I do feel like for a good portion of you, it may be a mother figure that's passing on some, some energy that makes you question and self-doubt, that sort of thing, because it's their stuff, not your stuff. But generally, I feel like this is about the inspirational part of the Queen of Cups, is that she's going into about stepping into that side of tuning into your intuition and your emotions and your feelings, and bringing them together to make decisions that are from the heart, but that come from a balanced mind, heart, here too, thymus as well, that controlled space, not even controlled, balanced, energy space, but not to let yourself, this is about you constricting yourself, and that's through thoughts, okay, or restricting yourself. So that's breaking free of restrictions whether that you've put upon yourself, from that could have been from other people's chit chat or suggestions or non-suggestions, or negativity around you, with whatever it is that you're doing in your life. So there's some sort of movement. I can feel some of you are maybe going over, planning a trip overseas, and people are going rah, 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 and it's like, oh my gosh, where did that come from, but it's like or a trip around the country, or spending money here, or doing this or doing that, or beginning a business, or going out with a certain person and creating that, building a house. I mean, the list goes on. So whatever it is, it's like, and it could be that maybe one list for one person. So anyway, there's something about not allowing, this is about self-restriction, but a lot of it is born from limiting belief systems that you've been brought up with. So they've kind of, in a sense, become yours, but they're learned, but also other people's thoughts and feelings maybe around you right now. So I'm just shuffling to see what else comes up for you, pops out. So let me see, come on. What have we got for Aquarius? So there's a couple more cards I'm coming. There we go. There's one, and the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, so this is really like breaking free from the restraints as well. This is like stepping, like maybe you've got something, the idea, and you've cracked the glass, see, in that container. You could see out and see what was happening, observing and whatnot, but everything is around you, but it's like there's something is breaking free or breaking through, but it's like you've been in that space before. So obviously normally Seven of Swords first, but there's it's like you've seen that. I feel like this is because it's come after, it's just reminding you, know where you need to go, you know what you need to do, you know what the problem is. So don't let yourself be bound. It's like, they're showing me, like when they've used that bound of, they're showing me like a mummy wrapped up like this here, but a mummy also, but just like that is unravel yourself, and, take note of those thoughts, and, figure out where they come from, and realize, because you'll realize that they're not really your thoughts. They are thoughts from blah, 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 like from this person or that person or that experience, that situation, that you probably didn't realize that you've held on to. Now, some of you, I'm feeling that, normally that things, you're pretty like gung-ho with things and on the ball and on, usually not so much on top of things in a functional way, in a good way. But it's like something has come up or some things in this last couple of weeks or month has come up, and it's like, and maybe even some of you, I'm feeling like about a year, something has happened, and it's kind of like you've not really been able to shake it or fully shake it. So I feel like this is kind of like near the end of where you're fully shaking it off. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, awesome. So this one here, okay, the Eight of Pentacles. So that's just showing like bringing things together. It's like, look, there's a map. I'm seeing that as a map. So like the Seven of Pentacles is like nurturing something, bringing life to something, an idea, a purpose, a thought, a project, a relationship. So it's, you know, whatever that is. But there's something that's like it's starting to more come together now. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? So they're just reaffirming with you, like, this is going to probably take a little bit of time, and it may be not as long as what you think, but it's about some careful, you know, healing, not careful, well, that too, some healing, thinking about, you know, what you need to do to put in place for you, but also they're talking about, you know, as like protection as well, but like getting out of your head, that sort of thing as well. So here is the Hierophant. So there's, you know, some sort of spiritual processing there and an awakening. So it's just taking that time, you know, and how you're going to do it. It could be that your work is around to do with the spiritual, you know, stuff, or something spiritual as well, but not necessarily. But sometimes, you know, not necessarily that. Just saying, I feel like for most of you, it's just, you know, going in and taking some time to contemplate on a spiritual level who you are, because that essence of you, and that, you know, when we discover that, we're more likely to just go with the flow of things, and understanding how it is that you tick and you talk and you rock and you roll and all that sort of stuff, and with things about this, about the past, you know, and now in the future, and now in the now, but also, you know, going forward in the future, how you want that to look. And so it's like releasing, you know, it's figuring out what serves you no purpose as to what actually serves you purpose, or has served you purpose as well, and will in the future. Wow, that's beautiful. So I kind of want to, like, there's this crystal that I'm wearing actually is Septarian, and I've made some notes about it earlier because I felt like I wasn't sure which sign was going to this was going to go with. So Septarian is a dragon stone. So this is one of the dragon stones, what one of them looks like. It's a really kind of interesting sort of a stone in texture as well. But basically it's made up of a calcite crystal. It's a calcite crystal. It's fossilized, encased in clay. Okay, calcite crystal fossilized. It's encased in clay, basically. Better read that correctly. So, and it's a highly spiritual stone that aids in your spiritual growth and brings illumination, which is interesting that we talk about that to your mind. So it's perfect to hold in your hand during times of stress. It encourages taking care of the earth, enhancing cohesiveness in a spiritual group, or any sort of group really, and then can bring feelings of joy, and spiritual uplifting, focus and clarity as well. So the other notes that I've got written in a slightly different way, of course, when we're talking about ground, it's a grounding stone because it's connected to the root chakra. When we're talking about Mother Earth, those ones are normally like getting in touch with Mother Earth, and like, you know, grounding stones. So this one is definitely one of those. It's an excellent guidance stone, helps with communication with and connecting to Mother Earth. It enhances communication skills, especially in group settings and or public setting, speaking and meditation. So as well, and it's be good to have to hold in a meditation. So I have used it and often you know, in meditation, but also when, you know, but I'm not consciously meditation or purposely going in there as well. So that would be a really nice crystal for you. So that's Septarian, so or Dragonstone. It's so Septarian, Septarian, just in case. So, and otherwise, like I say, Dragonstone. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, Aquarius, because that I kind of feel that's as far as we need to go today. Actually, no, there's I'm being drawn to an angel card, and it's Archangel Raphael wants to speak. Rose quartz as well he's talking about, okay? Energy of love. So you can team that up together with the Septarian as well. So, oh gosh. So, ho'oponopono, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And excuse me, thank you. So the fact that I've actually done that, so maybe that's like just had this belch then, it's like, oh my gosh. So there could be something that you're resisting, or you're not seeing it that way when you do it. It might be hard to like swallow that one, or say that, but that's okay. So sometimes we just have to keep saying it and fake it till we make it. And that's in a positive type way when I say that, because sometimes like when we see things as fear, I've turned that around and saying that is love. Okay. So like when they say feel the fear and do it anyway, it's like, okay, often that can be, I mean, I get where they're coming from that, but sometimes for some of us, it's like a block. And it's like, oh, because it's just too there confronting or whatever. But so I've at times with certain things, I've turned that around and feel the love and do it anyway, because I'm more drawn to that. And then when as I'm going, it's like I see those things about the fear that was there, and it's like acknowledging it then, and it's like, okay, so that's one ways of getting through it. So, but sometimes when we're with these sorts of things, when we're saying I love you to ourselves, that we don't often believe it or say it. So that's why I say just keep saying it, fake it till you make it, put it out there, because eventually your energy will change. Like it's just like everything, you've been groomed with certain limiting beliefs and thoughts and habits, and addictions that have come, addictions or kind of habits, which depending on where you are with that, and it becomes a habit or an addiction, or just something like of second nature. So you're turning around, you're bringing in this love-based energy, which is like with the rose quartz. So saying I love you, or I love and approve of myself in the mirror, is a really good way of shifting the energy and going into that love vibration, because then you could start to say I love and approve of myself, and then bringing that energy, and it's like sending energy into loving everything, no matter what goes on. It's like sending out that love energy. So it's coming from a heart-based space. And it's connecting with the God energy, or the divine source energy, or the Christ energy, or the angelic energy, whoever it is that you're aspiring to, Mother Earth love energy. You're bringing through that energy and sending out as well. So it's connecting with you, but it's like sending a letter out. So, but with you, it's comes from that very heart felt space, okay, heart-centered space. And it's on a much deeper level. So really it is I love and approve of myself. So this feels very beautiful and energizing. So whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this time I'm going to leave it there with you. So from my amazing spiritual team, and the amazing Zion energy, as well as your amazing, the amazing energy of Aquarius, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. Also prosperity and abundance. Okay, until next Thursday, we'll see you then. Have a wonderful long weekend. If you're here in New Zealand, we have Labour weekend, and otherwise have a great week. Bye for now.